It's been a crazy, crazy, crazy week. We've had new news on our coronavirus vaccine, and recovery stocks did well this week. But coronavirus related ones like Zoom, not so well. But we have to look towards the future, and in this video, I'm going to tell you guys top stocks to watch for the upcoming week. First one on our list, as you can see from the thumbnail photo, we have Neo. Neo been shooting up this week, completely shooting up, surpassing expectations. Well, maybe some people expected it, but most people definitely did it. Now, what does the future hold for this stock? Well, it hit $53.78 this week with highs of $54.20 this week. Huge growth. But it ended the day at $41.45 and even hit lows like $40.95 this day, just today. And why are we losing all of this value in just a single day? Well, people are taking profits now. If we look at more long-term graphs, on October 14th, it was valued at $25.03 a share. That's crazy compared to $41.45. So of course, you see that this stock has been growing huge, and the future might be unclear now. And this picture is just to make you feel bad. On April 28th, 2020, this stock was a penny stock, okay? It's trading at $3 a share. Just $3 a share. A penny stock. It was a penny stock. But the reason I bring that up is because now Neo is the sixth highest market cap automobile company now with a market cap of $60 billion. $60 billion, okay? Tesla, of course, is number one at almost $400 billion. But we have to look at some of the big names that Neo is beating now, okay? General Motors is worth, its market cap is more than General Motors. Honda, Ford, BMW, all these big names, when Neo just a few months ago was a penny stock. Now, what does this mean for the future? Well, there's mainly two hypotheses on this, okay? First, you can think that the EV market in general is a huge bubble, okay? All this hype, it's gonna collapse eventually as people take profits or people don't believe and there's panic selling. On the other hand, you can think, well, EV is just gonna keep going up and up and up and up into the future, and if you don't jump on the train now, you're gonna lose out on profits. Now, whichever side you're on, there's a bullish thesis and a bearish thesis on this. So, first on the bullish thesis is that electric vehicles are the future. Of course, everyone knows that at some point in our future, maybe 20, 10, 5, 30 years from now, electric vehicles are going to hit the road and maybe even be the majority of the cars on the road. Secondly, NIO's a Chinese company, and the Chinese government is most likely going to support them on their endeavors. Thirdly, NIO's creating technology such as swappable batteries that prevent the charging time because you can just have a fully charged battery and swap it with your old one. And maybe even hype will push this stock higher and higher, and it's not something to bet on, but if you're able to sell it before it plummets, if you think that hype is just pushing this forward and forward with no material, then that could be something you buy right now and then sell it later. And the fifth is that there's huge growth potential with Neo. But the thing is, which brings us to our bearish thesis, is the growth potential already priced in? And that brings us to our bearish thesis. First one, there's too much hype with electric vehicles. There's going to be a bubble in the future. That's the first one on the bearish thesis. The second one is that Neo's way overpriced. Even with growth potential, it's already worth $60 billion. That's huge already. Thirdly, competitors will take a market share. After all, Tesla and Neo are kind of the proprietary electric vehicle companies, but as more and more technology is made through other companies, they might take a market share from Tesla and Neo away. And fourthly, we can't forget about hydrogen cars, okay? They've been kind of forgotten in 2020, but they've been around for quite a long time now. And electric vehicles, just the traditional electric vehicles, are the big winners of 2020, right? But hydrogen cars have some benefits too that consumers might like, and we can't forget about that. Like hydrogen cars, you don't have charging time because you just fill up your car with hydrogen, and it's also a very carbon neutral way for transportation. So we have to keep hydrogen cars into account, especially as more and more infrastructure for hydrogen cars is built. That's up for you to decide on what you think about where Neo stands. As for me, I think it's a little bit overvalued right now with the hype and just the massive, massive growth. And in general, the electric vehicle stocks are growing rapidly right now. And I'm gonna wait for people to take profits and maybe for it to drop a little bit. and I wanted to talk about some related stocks to NIO. These are both Chinese electric vehicle stocks, Li Auto, XPeng, ticker symbols Li and XPEV. And they kind of grow with NIO, right? So we have it was like pretty low, pretty low, pretty low, and then it goes high and it drops the past few days. Same thing with Xpeng, and so they kind of grow since they're both Chinese electric vehicles. As more and more news, if someone gets a bullish call, the rest go up. So that's kind of why they look like this. But the next stock we're talking about is Wynn Resorts. Okay, big player, big player. Stock was like 150, 130 ish about a year ago. Bam, March hits, plummets, and now it's on its way to recovery. Now, where does this stand in the next upcoming week, and should you buy it in an upcoming week potentially? So, November 6th, about a week ago, it was trading at $80 a share, but the news of the coronavirus vaccine hit and it shot up to $102 a share. Now, on November 12th, it really came down from 102, but now it's on its way back up. But is it going to drop on Monday or not? Now, that's the huge question that we have to examine. Well, let's just look at the patterns here, okay? March hit. Early June, we thought that coronavirus might be getting better. So actually, the stock went up, even hit the 100 highs that we experienced just a few days ago. And then we realized coronavirus wasn't getting that much better down here. And then the vaccine news came up. But investors are starting to realize that coronavirus isn't going to go away immediately with a new vaccine. And so we have to realize that it might take a while. So it plummeted again. Now, if it hits the lows of 70, like this 2-month period right here, where it's about trading around $70 a share, maybe 80, then maybe we buy back. Because as the patterns show, when the economy is improving and maybe coronavirus is about to go away, it's going to shoot up again. Just some patterns to think about over there. Next, we're talking about the vaccine companies, Pfizer and Moderna. Now, huge news this week, huge news. Pfizer basically won the race, well, very close to winning the race with their huge efficiency on their vaccine. And Moderna says they're right behind Pfizer. But why are the stocks performing the way they are? Well, this guy, CEO of Pfizer, sold 62% of his shares after Pfizer hit its 52-week highs. Now, this is suspicious to people. On his side, he's saying this was already a pre-designated sell. There was nothing I could have done to stop it or to try to stop it or sell more, right? So he's saying that it was already pre-recorded and it has nothing to do with the news. While people are saying, well, even if you already said that you were going to sell these shares at this time, it's still a little bit suspicious that you timed the news with that. And maybe that their vaccine isn't as good as they say they are, or something like that. So this is the graph of Pfizer. News hit, shot up, then CEO drama, and now it's on its way back up potentially. However, if we look at Moderna, right? It's just been going up and up and up. And that's because they don't have the CEO drama, and they also say they're right behind Pfizer about to get an efficient vaccine. Well, so for Moderna, I say keep it on watch list, and if good news hits, the stock is bound to go up. And I think it's already getting priced into a certain degree, but if you keep your eyes open for good news, then good things are to come. And that's it for stocks that you could watch next week. Of course, there's many more, but these are the stocks that I chose. Thank you.